Welcome to the final CVU show of the year. To start, next Saturday on June 4th, CVU will be hosting their second annual Pride Rally. Hosted by the Gender Sexuality Alliance, the event will be from 10 to 1. This will be a big event and it will feature food trucks, a grilling station, lots of activities and games, speakers, and an optional march. We hope to see you there. The weather is getting warmer, which means summer is upon us. We here at the CVU Show wanted to know what the CVU community is planning to do over the summer. We now go to our interviewing team.
My plans for summer break, just work and play soccer, I guess.
I'm going to Maine all summer camping.
I am planning to travel abroad to Europe with my family and then come back to Vermont and work at a summer camp.
I plan to hang out with friends and go swimming in the summer.
I plan to work and also travel, probably to New York or maybe somewhere out west for skiing.
I am traveling with my family.
I'm just going to play football this summer and probably swim a lot.
I'm going to be hanging out with friends and working.
I'm going to be doing the long trail with friends.
I'm going to visit my grandpa in Florida, which is going to be nice because I haven't seen him in a while, with my brother. So.
My plans are to do summer softball, to be a CIT at CVU summer camp, and to go on vacation with my family and go to the beach.
My plans for the summer are to hang out with my friends and play soccer.
Attention CVU! Some Nichols students are putting on a food drive for their Human Impact project. Their goal is to get people to donate food in the Nichols House office or donate money over Venmo. You can scan this QR code to get access to their website where you can find everything you need. This week we have a featured short story produced by DJ Steinman on why he is part of the KISS Army.
All right, Hartford! You wanted the best! You got the best! The hottest band in the world! KISS!
KISS. Many of you probably know them as those guys with the crazy face paint and the super long tongue. Well, they are actually one of the most successful rock bands of all time. They have a huge fan base that call themselves the KISS Army. This video will be taking a deeper dive into why KISS has such a strong, devoted fan base. A main reason for their stardom is because their goal was never to be just a rock band. They wanted to put on a show since day one. They have been wearing face paint and costumes for forever, and they soon developed characters for their show. When they first started out, they would throw buckets of confetti onto the crowd, no matter where or how small the crowd was. They decided to sacrifice a little bit of how the show sounded and cared a lot more about how entertaining they actually were on stage. Once KISS became more popular, they became more entertaining. The sky was the limit for them, literally and figuratively. Fireworks and fire burst from the stage. Eric Singer's drum set rises from the ground. Gene Simmons breathes fire. Paul Stanley ziplines across the venue. Tommy Fair shoots fireballs out of his guitar. There is no one that does what KISS can do. I saw my first concert when I was 5, and well, I fell in love with the band.
Where are you right now? Do you know where you are? Where? At the play! At what? At the play! And what are you doing? What are you doing, Jason? Singing!
I forced my parents to listen to KISS 24/7 after going to my first KISS concert. Although I might not have been the brightest, I sure knew how to rock. So the reason people love KISS is because they want to rock and roll all night and party every day.
Thanks, DJ. Just a reminder that there will be no school on Monday, May 30th in honor of Memorial Day. Additionally, next Wednesday there will be a half day of classes followed by a Community for Unity. If you haven't yet, be sure to sign up for your workshops on PowerSchool through the adaptive scheduler. We now go to Frankie with this week's sports news.
Hi, welcome to sports. Here at CVU we have lots of sports, events, and other after-school activities. These wouldn't be possible without the work and support of CVU's very own activities director, Dan Shepherdson. We now have an interview with him about his long time at CVU. I'm here with Dan Shepherdson, the CVU activities director, who is retiring after 27 years at CVU. Dan, known to the CVU community as Shep, was born in Fletcher, Vermont and graduated high school from BFA Fairfax. He graduated from Norwich University and then spent 7 years as a pilot in the Air Force. During his time in the Air Force, he was stationed in Oklahoma, Guam, and Mississippi. His job was flying into hurricanes and typhoons and marking their position. After leaving the Air Force, he returned to Norwich and received his MED and began teaching physical education at Northfield High School. Dan taught at NHS for 10 years before moving to CVU, where he taught PE and health for 11 years. He then became the Fairbanks House Director for 9 years and is currently in his 7th year as the Student Activities Director. Shep is retiring at the end of this school year. Thank you for being with us today. To begin, while you were in the Air Force, your job was to fly into hurricanes and typhoons.
It was.
That sounds very frightening. What was that like?
It was interesting, absolutely. It's actually quite safe. We flew in a C-130, a big 4-engine propeller plane, and we'd go in at 10,000 feet and get into the middle of the hurricane, the eye, and you've probably heard the term, the calm in the eye of the storm, and it is quite calm, relatively speaking. And we'd circle in the middle of the eye and drop out a little instrument that would send back pressure and data and humidity and other types of meteorological data to a computer on board. And then we'd exit and circle and go in up a few hundred miles and come back in and do it again. Every 4 hours there'd be a data point, and then we'd go back to base and another plane would come in behind us. So it was interesting, it was fun. I got to travel around the world a bit, so I enjoyed it. So.
Sounds very cool.
Yeah.
So what would you tell us about your position as the Student Activities Director here at CVU? Like, what do you do on an average day?
Some people say not much. But it's there's a lot to the job as far as organization of especially on the sports side of things, making sure that every game has officials lined up for it, and that we got a great facility staff here, making sure that the fields are prepared for the games, checking the weather this spring, especially we've had a lot of bad weather, so making sure that everything that is needed to have the games played happens. There's ordering of equipment. It kind of breaks itself into a variety of jobs, but there's ordering of equipment and supplies that are needed, bus transportation, like I say, officials, make sure we have coaches for everything, advisors for all the clubs and activities, and then being at pretty much all the games and activities to support the teams, and also to make sure that there's a presence there in the event that something does happen that there needs administrative support. So.
Are there any CVU stories that you would like to share with us?
CVU stories. Well, there's lots of them, but I mean, I don't know there's any one story other than probably the biggest one. The reason I'm sitting in the activity director's chair is that my predecessor was Kevin Reel, was a CVU activities director for 28 years, and unfortunately died of a tragic heart attack 8 years ago. And so that was pretty traumatic. We were good friends. I worked with him. I'd coached here. He'd been my boss, and then when I moved in the administrative world, he was a colleague, and so he was a good friend. And I'd certainly wish I'd stayed in my other role and he was still here as the activities director, but unfortunately that didn't happen. So that's obviously a big story that resonates with me. But getting hired my first year here, Val Gardner was the principal, and working with the staff then, starting in the core program, the wellness. Nowadays when students come through CVU, Project Adventure and Health, There's one teacher teaching full-time. When I first started, two of us were part-time in the Corps and part-time out, so that was kind of fun, the transition from a part-time wellness teacher in the Corps, now the Corps, to full-time, and seeing that grow and develop. So, so no one particular big story, just a lot of great memories. So.
And you're retiring now after 27 years at CVU. Do you have any plans for your retirement?
I've got a lot of things, but nothing like, urgent that I have to do tomorrow or as soon as I retire, I'm going to do this. I've got a laundry list of things I intend to do. My wife's a retired teacher, and she retired 6 years ago, and made it very clear I need to not mess up with her routine. So I'll find things I like to do. I ref basketball in the winter, and I intend to keep doing that. I've got my bus license. I drive teams occasionally when we're out of bus drivers. I've told the transportation guy I'll do some part-time driving there. I'm going to do some volunteering. I'll use that driving to drive people, whether it's Meals on Wheels or just old people to appointments. I like Habitat for Humanity. I'll do some volunteering with them. So I've got a laundry list of things that I intend to do, but it's nice to be able to figure out what I want to do and do it when I want to. So.
Do you have any words of wisdom before you leave us?
Words of wisdom. Well, to the students, and I've said this various times to people, and they think I'm joking at times, is get out of Vermont while you can. And I mean that lovingly, because I think too many times, maybe not in this area, but I grew up in small town Vermont, and a lot of kids stayed right in that local community, which is wonderful. But there's a big world out there. I think it's important for people to get out and see different parts of the country and different parts of the world, experience different cultures. Gives you a greater appreciation, I think, for where you're from. And then if you decide later on that Vermont or this area is where you want to be, then I think coming back, as opposed to never having the courage to leave and try something new, is important. Take care of your body. I'm a health and physical education teacher. We only got one, so you need to take care of it. And some things you're dealt cards you can't deal with, from heredity. But a lot of our lifestyle choices affect the quality of our life as we get older. And so you need to take care of your body. And then, as CVU, I think, kind of preaches, is trying to find your passion. A lot of people want to make money when they first get out of school, but it doesn't always. It's fun at first, and everybody wants the nice car. Or back in my day, it was the nice stereo. But you have to enjoy going to work in the morning. You have to have a reason to be going into work and enjoying it every day. And if you can find something that pays your bills and you love to do every day, then it's really not like work. And I've been fortunate enough to have that situation here, both at Northfield and at CVU.
All right, thank you for taking a few minutes to talk to us.
No,
I can speak for the crew of the CVU Show and all CVU that we will miss seeing you in the building.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you having me.
Back to you in the studio. Thanks very much for your time. I think that we will all miss you greatly. In our last sports segment of the year, I want to congratulate everyone who is involved in a sport here at CVU. It can be tough work, but it's always good fun to have a little competition and be part of a team. Ironically, I'm really the last person who should be hosting sports. And that's all from me. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Frankie. Students here at the CVU Media Center create many great works. In addition to DJ, we also have a story by Lulu Sarandos on why she loves lacrosse.
My favorite hobby is lacrosse because of the team and community. It's always so much fun to make new lifelong friends and helps bring our team together on and off the field.
Why do you love lacrosse?
I love lacrosse because it is a lot of fun and I enjoy pushing my skills on the field. I love lacrosse because of the commitment. It's always fun to wake up and have something to look forward to every day.
Why do you love lacrosse?
I love lacrosse because of the exercise. It's always nice to get outside, play a sport, and have fun with the team.
We all have so many different reasons why we love lacrosse. Whether it's for the exercise or the team bonding, we all come together at the end of the day and have so much fun out on the field.
Thanks, Lulu. Hey, CVU, do you have any extra school supplies laying around? Didn't use some this year? Or are you just looking for a way to help out the community? Then donate to the School Supplies Drive. Boxes are located in your house offices and we are looking for donations until May 31st, so be sure to bring them in. As this year is coming to an end, the CVU Music Department is putting together a final performance. We now go to Frankie with more information.
Hi, I'm here with Mr. Brownell, the chorus director here at CVU, to talk a little bit about the upcoming concert. So what exactly goes into putting on a concert here at CVU?
Well, first off, thank you, Frankie, for inviting me here. And we're preparing for next week's concerts. And what first goes into it is choosing the songs that we're going to sing. And a lot of the time, that's really student-focused, like our last concert was all sea shanties. And that was first inspired by a TikTok challenge that we did in the beginning of the year. And then we did Wellerman, of course, famous on the internet. And then that turned into a bunch of other sea shanties. So that was a lot of fun. But for next week, all of the songs are about our seniors. So they're about going off into the world and returning home. But once the rep is set, then we go into learning all of our pitches and rhythms. And then we spend a lot of time on creating a sound that is beautiful and blended with all the other singers. It's a much different thing to sing alone than with a group of people, where you kind of have to come together, collaborate, and decide on the sound you're going for.
How can students get involved with the chorus at CVU?
Well, we have many different choral opportunities, something for everyone. We have chorus, which is offered during the 9th grade blocks, and it's usually for our 9th grade students. And then we have concert choir, which is for those who are older and have a little experience singing. And then we have chamber choir, which is for our students who have a few years under their belt and are usually our older students. We also have magical singers, which is for after school, and you don't have to be in one of the in-school choirs to audition for magicals. So it's great for those students who want to sing, but their schedule is packed. And also, if singing is not really your jam, but you want to take a class with me, or you want to learn more about music, for the first time, I'm offering songwriting in the fall, and that's going to focus on digital composition. So you don't even need to play an instrument. It's all going to be done on the Chromebook.
Cool. What would you say is your favorite part about the chorus at CVU?
Well, my favorite part is just getting together and getting to know the students. Choir obviously is very community driven, and it's a place that we can come together and share our voices. And we also do a lot of things besides singing. We also do a lot of kind of meditation. We do a lot of breathing workshops. We do a lot of sharing our feelings and getting to know each other, because the choir that knows and loves each other is also the choir that makes beautiful music together.
All right, and lastly, when is the concert? Like, when can people go see it?
Great, so our concerts are next Tuesday and Thursday. So that's Tuesday, May 31st and Thursday, June 2nd. They're both at 7:00 p.m. in the CVU Theater. They're free, open to the public, and Thursday, the June 2nd performance, is really special because that's where we're honoring our seniors with our Senior Rose Ceremony, where you'll hear the chorus and band performing together, and we really honor those who have been with us those 4 years and put in all that hard work.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Frankie.
Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Frankie. That's all from us here at Studio Production. It was a great semester running the show, and we hope you'll all tune back in next year. Thank you all from everyone here at the CVU Show. Have an amazing summer, and goodbye.
Bye.
Bye-bye, everyone.